Hello world, Alexandre Buckley here, and let's talk games. I'm back again. I'm looking at another game on Apple Arcade. If you do not know what Apple Arcade is, please check the links in the description because I'm going to tell you all about Apple Arcade, what it is, what the features are, all that other fun stuff. And I have a review as well, so if you do like the sound of it and you're wondering, is it something I should try out? I've done a review so you can actually check that out as well. But in a nutshell, if you just want the quick and dirty facts, Apple Arcade is a subscription service from your favourite manufacturer of all things electronic, including phones and laptops and all that other fun stuff. Apple, they're basically entering the gaming industry with this, and the idea is you pay a one-off fee and you have access to exclusive games on the platform. There's no ads, there's no microtransactions, it's all good exclusive stuff, and they can be played on any of your Apple devices, which means these games can be played on your mobile but also on your TV, which is kind of cool. Right, that's the basics. So if you are now looking for a game, or maybe you're like, what games they have on there and you want a bit more information, then this video is for you because we are looking at a brand new game on there, a new action game called Fallen Knight. And here's the thing. I've had a run of games at the moment which I think have been really, really good, and I really, really enjoyed them. This is not one of those games. This is one of those games I'm just like, okay, it's not my cup of tea. So Fallen Knight is an action-adventure game. And essentially it's kind of very similar to other early platformers from the early 90s. You used to see these a lot on handheld consoles in particular, where you sort of just run, bash stuff, collect stuff. That's essentially it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a platform action adventure game, and it's just, to me, not that fun. That's the main thing about it. So firstly, I will say the animation style looks cool. I do like that kind of retro vibe. The controls are kind of rubbish, and I use the touchscreen controllers and I use a controller. So if you're new to the whole Apple Arcade thing, you can pair up any Bluetooth controller really. Mostly people will be using PS4 controllers or the Xbox controllers. They will work on these and you can use them to control them. I did that to make it easier because, like most Apple Arcade games, the controls work better when you use a controller. Even that being said, I found this a little bit, what's the word? Not laggy, just kind of unresponsive and not intuitive enough for me, and it made me lose interest really quickly into it. And this is where the game, most of these games are quite high quality, but what really shines through is some of the developers have put a lot of effort in to put their own charm and spin onto things, and that kind of makes you more endeared towards the product, makes you go, oh, you know what, I'm going to like this a bit more. I don't know, the whole reading text and the clips of animation to sort of start the game off in the story, I didn't really care. It didn't do enough for me to sort of impress me. It wasn't unique enough to draw me into that world. So I was already starting off on the back foot. The sound is great, but I also found it to be quite tinny. I don't know if that's just because of the version I've got. I tried it through headphones and I tried it blasting out of my speakers. I tried it on a TV. I found it to be a bit tinny. I don't know if that's a glitch. I don't know if that's going to be updated in a patch, but it wasn't the best for me. But the game ran smoothly enough. Controls are the thing that really let me down on this because it's sort of like jumping, healing, punching and stabbing stuff and all that other stuff, and it was fine. That's the biggest criticism I can have of this game. It was just fine. And the thing that's really bad about this, when you look at something like Rayman, which, I mean, because this game has a lot of controls, right? But Rayman was a lot simpler of a game, and what I really liked about Rayman is you do a level and it was just like, how about we just work on running and getting past obstacles? Then it's like, how about we go run and then collecting stuff? Now let's run and jump and do this. And it had this natural progression, and the game would get naturally progressively harder. Whereas this game just throws in the deep end and says, you can do all this stuff. It thinks it's Mega Man, but it don't play like Mega Man. It's okay. It looks like a Mega Man clone, but it's not great, so whatever. I mean, I don't know. There's better games on the platform that do a similar thing, and Rayman's definitely the one you should check out instead of this. Yeah, check my Rayman review out if you haven't already. I love that game. That was so much fun. Still playing that actually because it's really good. But this is one of those games that you play and just go, well, I could be playing Rayman. What am I doing with this? So yeah, in a nutshell, I would avoid this one. It's not that fun. I didn't really enjoy it. I don't think it's that great. The controls are a bit of a pain. This is the other thing. I did a tutorial and it was never mentioned I could run up walls. So I was trying to work out how to get up a wall for ages. and I was trying to jump and thought it was a bouncy sort of rebound thing, and then it just turns out if you just walk towards the wall, it will just go straight up it. He just kind of hangs on, which, you know, shouldn't that be in the tutorial? Shouldn't they just cover that? This is what I mean. If you have a natural progression system where you sort of develop as the player develops, you'd learn that, because there'd be a message that comes up. I had that in Rayman. I didn't know how to get past the bit, and it instantly said, hey, do this. And then once you did that, you worked it out, and it was pretty straightforward, rather than me waste 20 seconds to 30 seconds trying to work it out myself and fudge my way around it. The game just is fine. This is not one of the best examples of what Apple Arcade can be and could be, so I would avoid this game. But you know what? This is the beauty of Apple Arcade. You pay a one-off fee and then you get to try as many games as you like. So this isn't my cup of tea. I would not recommend this, but maybe someone else out there who wants to play something a little bit more sci-fi and more, you know, action-oriented, this may be your game, but I highly doubt it because there's better stuff on the platform. And that is basically Fallen Knight in a nutshell. Visually great, sound is great, but yeah, it's not good. That's going to do it for this one, guys. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you didn't like this video, I'd like a comment, because then, I mean, you can hit the down button, but it just helps me work out what I could be doing better. Maybe you just disagree with my opinion, which, you know, each their own. But if you're like, oh, you know what, I didn't like this in your video, then I can, you know, use that as feedback and I can work on making better videos. So hit us a like, or just give me a comment and tell me what's up. Or if you did like it, let me know you liked it as well, because that's also quite nice. So I do enjoy those. If you do like my content though, please hit the subscribe button, because that helps me grow my platform, which then means I can reach new people, and it just really helps me out. So that'd be great as well. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you have a good week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.